Ohana!
Ohana is our final map, and we've seen, well, the best games of the season still, in my opinion, have been played on PvZ. Even though those has been played on Ohana, certainly in PvZ. Even though those games between Moro and Idrav last Sunday, Daybreak
and
the Shadow Temple, those two were excellent games. I would rank them among the best games we've seen so far in this season.
I would rank that an agreement. I would rank myself in agreement. That's how I would say that.
You know, I told you this story last night. I was laddering. Then I played against the Zerg on Ohana. And his name was like I, like only eyes. You know, that makes sense, right? And I lost the stupid game. Actually, it was an Antigua. And then I played another Zerg, which was I too. And I was like, the same guy. And I was like, oh, mad. And then actually it wasn't mad. And that account was in Grandmaster. So maybe it was Scarlet, and I lost to Scarlet.
Why do you think it was Scarlet?
Because didn't she have an account with 11111 or like I? I think that was her account at IPO.
I don't remember that.
I'm pretty sure it was like that.
Well,
but yeah, how sick is the chance, how big is the chance that you play two Zergs on a row, which both have like the I account?
Maybe they were both Scarlet. It was Scarlet and Scarlet Smurf.
No. Yeah. Sure. Switch account is to own me twice.
Well, I mean,
why would anyone do that?
She said that she's got like 15 different accounts.
Really?
Yeah.
No, but no, the other account was still online because actually I was talking with that guy. So no, man, that's not possible. Maybe neither of them was Scarlet.
Maybe they were both online at the same time.
Yeah, sure.
Like two PCs next to each other. That's how good Scarlet is.
Yeah,
Scarlet has like a PC on the left and a PC on the right, ladders on them both at the same time.
And wins both games. Owns ladder scrubs like me.
That's hardcore.
That is pretty hardcore.
That's Scarlet. TT1 says Scarlet's the best Zerg in North America.
Yeah, he's been really promising about it. We'll see, Ben, if he's going to be just as promising about Zenio after this best of 3 finishes. The opening stuff of this game so far is once more very similar. Zenio just keeping this drone alive here a little bit, poking around, wants to make sure. I wonder if he keeps the drone here on purpose because he wants to make sure he doesn't get cannoned or something. Do you think that's possible?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I don't think that it makes... Yeah, I don't know. Ohana's a kind of map where like I really advocate taking that fast third, but Ohana, if there's a map where it's risky, I think it's here.
Yeah, because it's hard to connect creep all the way from here to here. And White has showed us some excellent timings with Void Race or even double Stargate. TT1 just being so extremely annoying, dropping gates as well. If we take a look at the Nexus right now, guys, in the natural of TT1, it's 75% done the moment this hatch goes down. Well, that's massive. Yeah. I thought Zerg was the fast expanding race, man.
That's very frustrating. What was that map with the like the high ground in the middle, and there was the two bases in the middle, and you had the natural expansion was actually behind you? Remember? It was like Jungle Basin.
Yeah, Jungle Basin.
Is that the right
map? Yes, yeah, the green map with the backdoor rocks.
That was such a frustrating map because for a number of reasons, but like one of the things was if a Protoss just sent that 9 probe and blocked that hatch, then the Nexus for the Protoss would always be done by the time the hatch for the Zerg went down. And
then again, I felt that was like I felt maps with backdoor. It's always risky to do too much funky stuff with Nexus turrets against Zerg because there's still 2 ramps you have to defend. Most of the time I just completely walled off the top ramp because it was a very small ramp, and then only worried about the backdoor rocks on jungle basing. But then often I got baning busted over here, and even though I had double protection, sometimes you just can't be safe enough, man.
It was a crazy map.
Yeah.
Craziness, man.
You know, if I think about maps I miss Delta Quadrant. I miss...
God, Delta Quadrant was the worst.
Abyssal Caverns, and I miss Necrolim
Newerth Crypt and Abyssal Caverns I thought were okay maps. I don't know why those got taken out so fast.
Yeah, they only played there for one. They were only there for 1 season. Newerth was such an excellent map.
I miss Metropolis.
Yeah, but
it was only in the map pool for like a week.
And then it was still in, and then it suddenly disappeared.
Yeah. It was like my map, man. I had my ultimate build on Metropolis. It was impossible to lose.
Ben had like the meanest strategy of all time.
It was freaking good.
It was very mean.
It was good.
It's not fair.
I've never been so BM'd as when I was playing Metropolis, ZVP.
Okay, I think we have a little bit of time to talk about that. Zenio, I mean, TT1 right now is just 1 gate, and he's researching +1. While Zenio is just trying to get his economy going. Didn't throw down any extractors yet. Needs to start working on overlords as well, but they're about to pop. So no biggie. Zenio scouts so quick with overlords.
I was going to say the exact same thing. He is so aggressive with his scouting. Going in always right at about the 7-minute mark. He's going to see TT1 throwing down these extra gates. He's got another overlord really well placed in the back of TT1's natural that he could sacrifice at any time if he wanted to.
I really like this overlord, man. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Because basically every single PvZ we see Protoss players try to drop pylons over here on the high ground, and so they always have something to fall back on. But if you can see it coming from miles away, then you can do something about it before the pylon even goes up.
Ooh, a little bit annoying trying to defend this with slow Zerglings. The same poke that TT1's made every game, but this time Zenio's speed is much later.
Yeah, I guess this map is just a lot smaller than Daybreak as well.
Oh, Drones. They're going to be fine.
TT1 once more is going to follow this up with a pilot gun. Well, actually, when you say they're going to be fine, but I think he's going to end up losing a few drones at least.
Those first drones were fine. Those next drones drew the short straw. Those were Billy drones.
Zenio is going to drone up behind this. He still has a small worker lead, but this is not as convincing as it was before. And I would love to see just a really long macro game. TT1 is getting a pretty quick robo this time as well. +2 is almost. He's finally going to take care of this overload. Like TT1 just doesn't care. That's like the story of every single game, because he gets those units out on the map so early. He has nothing to actually take care of that overload. Zenio's droning like mad behind this right away.
Wow, and it might actually be bad for him as TT1's continuing to warp in units. +1's done now, so the Zerglings alone.
Wow, and there's no spine crawler over here. You're definitely right. Zenio's going to be forced to pull a lot of drones. He might actually end up losing this hedge.
I think he will lose the hatch, Kev. There's only one Roach in production. Lings are not going to work against these Zealots. Zealots killing a lot of drones. Drones trying to come off and fight. Stalker being microed pretty well. And everything in this third base is just getting obliterated. One poor Roach pops out. Hatch still alive, but Zenio's already lost 10 drones, and there's more Zealots coming.
Yeah, there's no way Zenio's going to be able to keep this base alive. He's taking so extremely much damage. He's far from over. These queens are about to fall. Now all the roaches pop, and this should be enough to finally deal with these Zealots. He's still going to have to micro that efficiently though, but of course, knowing Zenio, he will do that.
Ling's going right for the Stalker. That's actually very smart, keeping them off of the Zealots for the time being. Zenio is going to clean up this force, but I think he's going to be... TT1's more than content with the amount of damage he's dealt, killing 13 drones, picking off a base. He got a queen, and killed a lot of Zerglings and Roaches. Yeah,
and he forced a lot of units as well. Zenio is still at 57 drones, so it's not all bad. Like, did he never see that? Wow. Okay. I was really surprised that Zenio like still drones so much, but can you blame him for this?
This is kind of the story of the series, man. Just out of sight range on this pylon. This happened on Antigua as well.
That's just brutal. Because I was really surprised. I mean, I can understand that he made a few drones after he dealt with the first 2 Zealots and the Stalker, but yeah, this is just super unfortunate.
And look at what's coming. Mass Sentry Immortal. This is one of the hardest pushes in the game to deal with when you're not down a base. And Zenio's already taken some big damage. If TT1 hits his force fields, I don't know what the Zerg can do here.
Maybe Zenio should try to avoid the army and try to go for a base race, but it's going to be hard. I mean, Blink is going to be researched as well. He is putting up that Hydro list then, though. Is he finally going to... he still didn't spot the pylon.
Ugh, that actually makes me hurt for Zenio.
Is TT1 gonna do the same mistake as he did, as Crunchy did? Well, maybe. I mean, then again, do you really want to attack with Sentry Immortal against the guy who makes Hydralisk every single game, man?
I mean, normally I would say no, but I don't know. I mean,
I think it makes sense for TT1 to expand, but I would also... No, he's gonna fake the expand. TT1 is doing what he did against Braddock as well. When he like sort of faked the expand, and TT1 is just gonna push. I mean, it can work. His army looks super scary. He is pretty much even in army supply.
Zenio picked the wrong time to be supply locked, Kev.
Yep, I saw that as well. While on Antigua, for instance, Zenio had a 40 supply lead, and then he wasn't even able to win. But still, man, maybe with a lot of Hydralisk and a good position. Now TT1 is actually dropping the Nexus, so it wasn't a complete fake.
He's faking the attack. But he will also warp in this big group of Stalkers.
TT1 is after... sorry, Ben, to interrupt you once more, but I keep doing that today. I'm very sorry. But TT1 is really the god of pylons after this series.
He's always got him in the right spots, and Zenio's got to be like, damn it, how did this happen? He had an Overlord right there the whole time. This push from TT1 looking pretty nasty, and oh no! The army of Zenio is off the creep, and TT1 can walk right up the ramp into the natural. He could. I don't know why he isn't.
He's too busy dealing with these links. He's worried about the counterattack. He's going to force a defensive weapon right now. So Zenio's buying himself a lot of time. And I think right now TT1 is just going to abandon the whole idea of attacking. Oh, he might actually end up losing this Nexus, Ben.
He is going to lose this Nexus. It'll absolutely, if it's not canceled, it's going to die. And it's going to die. So Lings will get cleaned up, but that's not a terrible trade for Zenio. Now Zenio is going to move across the center of the map with his roaches and his hydras. He's got a lot of reinforcing Zerglings coming forward.
Wow, if TT1 is going to let this game slip away, that would be really quite something. He was in excellent shape, but Zenio is making all the right choices right now.
It's a pretty good choke to fight in for TT1, but he doesn't want to take it.
Ends up losing one Stalker. Oh, using Contaminate on the Forge for that +3. Couple of Forge shoots going down. He picks up a few Hydralisks. I mean, this is still a scary army one way or the other. And he has good upgrades as well.
Yeah, I don't think TT1, or I don't think Zenio can attack into these chokes, Kev. I don't really see it happening. He's going to try to split up his army, and maybe with this next wave of reinforcements, going to go for it.
And there is enough force to stall enough for the Colossus, and one Colossus should make TT1 so fine.
Here we go. TT1, whoa, doesn't drop force fields. He backs up very far. Actually, those are pretty solid force fields, cutting off the vast majority of that army. And now he's going to be able to pick it apart. Not even going to need the Colossus, Kev. Beautiful control by TT1. His positioning this entire series has been top-notch. Needs a couple more force fields on top, though.
I mean, the Hydralisk count is starting to run really thin. On these moments, Zealots can actually be pretty useful as well because they deal so much damage, and the Hydras often ignore them. Supply-wise, it's very even, but that's a very, very good sign for TT1 because here comes the hero, man.
Colossus is here.
You know, there was a team song of World Cyber Games 2009 in China.
Colossus is here?
No, here comes the hero.
Oh. How does that song go?
I don't know. It was like a small song, but it was more like a story.
Oh, Colossus is out of position as the Lings get all over the Stalkers, and well, backing up to his Zealots is TT1, and with some good blinks.
That was a very weird army composition for this phase of the game. Like pure Ling against suddenly like Zealot saving a day, 16 minutes in a game against Zerg. Huh? What? Does that even happen? Yes, it
Only
does.
in Zenio games, Kev. TT1 in great shape right now, pushing into the middle of the map once more. And Zenio, with this fairly flimsy army composition, tries to drop a Spire. But I don't think a big Muta switch is going to save him this time.
Nah, he's on 55 drones. He's just so low in economy. So extremely low.
If Zenio can keep like running TT1 around and countering everywhere, does he even have roach speed? I don't think he does. No, this is the second time that Zenio has forgotten roach speed.
Yeah, so then this roach switch makes a lot less sense either as well. Then again, what else can he do, man?
I think his best bet would actually be to wait for Spire, but that's not going to matter. GG comes out of Zenio. TT1 takes the series 2-1.
Wow.
Pie him.
Puts TT1 up 3-1 in the season.
I'm so surprised. He is really playing well. Like, this is the best TT1 I think I've ever seen.
Nah, he was second once at an MLG, man. People forget about that.
Dude, this is the best TT1 I've ever seen.
Okay, like, of course he's better now than he was back then, but
like look at the like especially his PVZ. Like his PVZ looks really solid. Like Zenio doesn't play standard PVZ. But I mean, if you were to compare these games to his games against Stefano earlier in the season, it's a world of difference.
That's an absolute world of difference. There's no doubt about that.
So beautiful play by TT1. I'm very, very impressed. Very, very pleased to see it. That game was brought to you guys by iBuyPower, the PCs that power the North American Star League. Oh. And we're going to take a very short commercial break, and we might even have some words with our winner.
So stay tuned for a small interview with TT1.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. We'll talk to TT1, and then we'll close out the show, so stick around.